right, it's another day. It's another time just to come together and to share. We are talking resurgence. This is Reverend Dennis Dillon, the convener, and we are again in Durban, South Africa. It's been just some exciting days of this awesome conference, and I am here delighted to be with another grandson of another great African icon and a legend, certainly the grandson of the legendary Kwame Nkrumah. I'm here with Dr. Reverend Michael Nkrumah. God bless you, sir, and it's a pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So listen, tell us just a little bit about your journey, your evolution, and just how your grandfather has positively impacted your life.
Well, it is a great moment in my life since I was born. It kind of was a little bit tough when I was young, and when I was growing up, the inspiration was start coming up from the community when I was growing up because the name started having an impact on my life, and at that time, Ghana was having difficulties of accepting my granddad because of how he got overthrown. They passed on the false news from the CIA. All the history. So it kind of was sick into people's mind for a long period of time, and the family was being persecuted for a long time. So my dad and other siblings also have to hide themselves for a period of time. So I was born. It was kind of transformation. Things were getting better a little bit to expose. So I kind of reached to the generation that things were a little bit cooled down, that we can pick it up for where he stopped. So I found myself that, okay, this is the mission and this is the vision. I have to carry on the vision of the family.
And it's interesting because indeed your father was one of those Jesus leaders. A lot of people really don't know that at some point your dad actually studied the ministry and was very much involved in just his whole evolution, his faith and commitment. But I mentioned the Jesus factor because he was certainly persecuted just like Jesus was persecuted. Folks didn't even realize the good that he was doing. How did that really impact your life? Not just your family, but your personal life.
Good. Well, he was given a title in Ghana called Osajefo. And that name Osajefo translated to English, it means Messiah. Or Savior. So kind of the same as you said, Jesus Christ. So he held that title, and I was growing up in school. Automatically, people start calling me that title.
Wow.
And even to today, they call me title by Osajo for all my colleagues and all that. And that signified to tell me something, that it's not just a name that they're trying to call me, but it carries a duty behind it that I have to continue and fulfill.
A great duty and responsibility, no doubt. And how has that shaped you? Who are you now as a result of that?
So when I was growing up and I found out the kind of responsibility, I started preparing myself towards it. So I started learning hard in school, and God also doing well, opening the floor, enter into the ministry as well. So I was living with a missionary from Canada in Ghana. They've been there for 10 years. So I started at the age of 16. From high school, I was translating the preaching that we go to villages into our local language. And I stayed with them for almost like 7 years. And then they have to come back to Canada because they were getting older in the 80s and all that. So from there, my life started from there, and then I went to the Bible school, as my grandfather went to theological school as well. So from then, the travel came, and the kind of really tricky is because the way he used to travel out of Ghana is kind of the same way I also used to travel out of Ghana. Because he according to the history, when he got a chance to travel to the United States, he was short of funds to travel. And when I also get a chance to travel from Ghana, I was also short of funds at the same moment. So I found myself in Italy where I went to school and do culture and languages in Italy, studied about the European languages. And then I found myself also continuing my education in the United States. And where I found myself in the United States is exactly where my grandfather went in the United States, also continue his education. So when I sit down and I look at the atmosphere and look at myself, is it coincidence or is it a history repeating itself in my life?
It is no doubt history repeating itself, but most certainly it is providential, no doubt. I mean, the Bible talks about the fact that the Lord ordains the steps of the righteous. The steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord, no doubt. But if you would just, how well did you know your grandfather? Did you meet him, and at what point, and what was the direct influence?
So I did not meet him personally. He died before even my dad got married.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, because his life was kind of, end of it was terrible for him according to the history that I read. So when I became influenced to it is my dad, when I was growing up, and my uncles, they gave him in the story. And when we went to school, they started teaching his history of what he did, but they didn't go into deep of what he did for Africa and Ghana as well. So when I was growing up, I read most of his books that he wrote. And the more I read his books and the more I watch his speech, it kind of gave me more inspiration, more power. So when you go to my social media platform, it's nothing but him and his speech. From day one, he started everything. All the time I try to post it there. I posted it not because I wanted to post it, but I posted it to inspire myself of what I found myself in his category.
Yeah, interesting, because I talk about the fact that being, again, I can't say I'm fully from Harlem, but I'm kind of from Harlem. And Harlem is one of those communities, as we know, historically, that has been not just a mecca of black culture around the globe, but most certainly all of your great artists, global politicians, if you will, have journeyed through Harlem, and your dad, Kwame Nkrumah, was one of them. As a student, he used to really come to Harlem on 125th Street and some of these other places, and there he was just doing a host of things and listening to Malcolm X and all of these others, and that kind of helped so much to shape his life.
Yes, that is true. And when I get to the States, it's kind of the same connection also has been connected with me, that I've been seeing myself listening to most of the iconic leaders in U.S., African American leaders. My favorite is nobody but Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. I just love, and I find out that he has a great connection with my granddad. And even the day that he declared the independence in Ghana, he invited him from the United States, and he came. And after he came back from Ghana, that's why he started the revolution of African American equality in the U.S. So his campaign and everything changed after what he saw in Ghana. So that alone inspired me a lot and let me learn more about our leaders in America.
So, Reverend Michael Nkrumah, tell us a little bit about what you do. Who are you and what do you do?
All right, so my name is Reverend Michael Nkrumah. I'm into business and into politics right now. And what I'm doing in politics is I'm trying to revive my granddad. Not trying, I'm reviving my granddad political party, which is CPP, Convention People's Party, because when he was overthrown, the party was abandoned in the whole entire nation. So many people that was part of the political party, they kind of spread across, and they're going to join different political parties. But now I've gathered with the leaders, and we're trying to revive it. So every 6 months, I'm trying to go back to Ghana, even though I'm in school in New York, doing my doctorate in divinity. So I try to go back to Ghana to see how the preparation has been. So just Sunday, we celebrated his birthday in Ghana, 116 years. If he will be alive, that will be his birthday. So we gathered the people in Ghana, and we have a great celebration. So now what I'm doing is to revive his political party and continue his vision that he has for Ghana and Africa as well.
Beautiful. And in terms of ministry, what do you do?
In ministry, I'm a pastor in a ministry and also have an orphanage in Ghana that taking care of the kids and trying to settle families home. We work with ACSC, American Clergy Leadership Conference, and their vision is to help the broken homes to come back to God, restore God in the family. So I'm part of them, and we're trying to do that as well. So yeah.
So we understand the ordained purposes of God, and obviously we don't nor understand what that purpose is, but at the end of the day, just from your perspective, if your dad had lived his full life and continued his leadership in Ghana, where do you think Ghana would be today?
Ghana will be like a New York of Africa today. Because he saw that when we gained independence from the British had this kind of mentality that they will always explore the resource from Ghana, but they will never develop Ghana. So they've been in Ghana over 200 years, and the only infrastructure they built is railroads. Then the railroads is the one that lead from the mines to the ports. So when they get the gold, they put on the train. The train is not for human beings to ride on, but it's for resources, natural resources, our gold, diamond, and all that. So they've been doing that for 100 years plus. So when he came back from London, he saw that it would take, if it will leave the British 1,000 years, they will never develop Ghana.
Wow.
So that's why he started the independence ride and said, we got to gain our independence from the British and develop our own country. So he didn't just talk about it, but he worked towards it. When he got a chance, he always make on one of his speeches said, when a black man is given the opportunity, he can prove to the world that he's capable to manage his own affairs. And so he started building factories because he believes that for a country, a new nation to develop, you need to have a factory to have people work in a factory and build an economy and bring money into the country. So he built like 100 factories across the country, and he also said yes.
Wow.
He did a great job.
I didn't even know that.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. And he built schools, and you know that school are the one that would train the people to give them knowledge. And even the school, he started building the school even though he was not even prime minister yet. He built a school in Cape Coast, and he built a school also in Winneba. So after he became the president and the prime minister, he opened his arms to across the country. And in the northern region, their living style is kind of little in low of poverty. So he made the northern part of Ghana free of education.
Wow.
So no one in the northern part of Ghana at that time was paying school fees to go to school. It was free, which the president that we have today, the current president, benefited from it. He went to free education.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
That is nice. Listen, you've been watching and listening, and we've been talking reSURGEnce, and my guest again for this edition is this dynamic young man, Reverend Michael Nkrumah. He's the grandson of Kwame Nkrumah, the one of the former presidents of Ghana, in fact, the first president in the establishment of Ghana as an independent nation. Thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to talking more. I want to probably do this again with you as we continue. Right. God bless you, and remain steadfast.
Thank you.